my lord, bless thy safe return. Let Carth and Frampt serve your highness. We are here to serve your highness. Let true dark be cast upon the world. Our Lord hath returned.
What's going on, guys? This is Martyrs Brigade 99 coming to you once again with another session of Dark Souls PvP. Alright guys, we're back at it once again with yet another installment of Who's Worthy of Killing the Gravelord. Now I think I might go ahead and just make this I don't want to say a series, right? Because I mean, when you say series, it kind of implies continued dedication to a certain theme, right? And in other words, you know, I don't really know how long I will be able to continue with these Gravelord videos, because like I said, you know, sometimes, you know, seeing that Dark Souls is nearly 2 years old, you know, it's sometimes, especially at soul level 25, you get some hot spots, but you also get some dead areas. Right, so because of that, I'll just go ahead and, you know, from time to time, go ahead and add a few more Gravelord Servant videos to my library. Right, especially as long as you guys continue to be entertained by them. Alright, so last time I uploaded a Gravelord Servant video, I was actually in the depths. Right, and one of the advantages of Gravelording in the depths is, well, at least based upon how I Gravelord, is that I try to maintain a stronghold. And with that stronghold, it makes it a lot more difficult for the Dork Wraiths, well actually the Dork Moons and the Dick Wraiths to basically gank me. Right, it makes it a little more difficult. If you guys are not familiar with the channel, go ahead and check out the first video with a similar title. Right, and actually I'll just make this volume 2. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to have one more addition to the Gravelording videos, and that will be same title, but it'll be volume 3. So, you know, like I said before, in the depths, I maintain a stronghold. Well, here in the township, there's really no stronghold. There's nowhere where you can basically prevent invaders from getting your, you know, your back, your front, and ganking you from all angles. Therefore, it's time to go ahead and pull out all the tools out of your utility belt. Now, this particular time, I just chose a mage. And actually, you know, after having this experience of Gravelording here, I wouldn't have picked a mage anymore. Right, I mean, I really didn't like it, and here's the main reason why. You know, I really think those sorceries, you know, in a lot of cases, like unless you're a spammer, or unless you have like 45 in dexterity, you know, if you're playing against experienced players, I mean, you're really not going to just sit here and one-shot zap a whole bunch of people, right? Especially if you're the type of player like myself who mostly plays a pure melee type fighting style, right? Because I'm pretty sure you guys can tell from the vast majority of my videos, although I can use caster builds, the vast majority of my tactics involve pure melee. And you know, for a lot of you guys like to get super technical, you know, because from time to time I will use a bow or I will use a crossbow, you know, so you guys try to get super technical. Let me go ahead and define what I mean by pure melee. I basically mean no castings, right? No castings. So no pyro, no sorceries, or no miracles. The vast majority of the time I am playing pure melee. Alright, so seeing that, you know, because when I first put this build together, I said, okay, I'll go ahead and I'll dark bead some people, in addition to whatever I do with the Moonlight Greatsword. But the whole time I was here, I didn't even really pop off with the sorceries. Right, so in other words, I wasted those attunement slots. on sorceries that I didn't even really use. As a matter of fact, in this, 15-minute video, I think I probably cast it like 2 or 3 times, maybe. And that's out of, and even though it's 15 minutes, that's still out of several fights. Because in a few of these clips, I mean, I'm being invaded, by, like 3 or 4 at a time. Well, not 4, but, 2 and 3 at a time. Because, as a Gravelord, you can have 3 Dork Moons and up to 1 Dark Wraith invading in your world. Right, I'm pretty sure you guys are already familiar with that. As a matter of fact, if you guys are not familiar with the ins and outs of the Gravelord Covenant, please go ahead and check out Ribsome's 1's channel. Or, actually that's his name, but I think his channel is like AL005 or I think it's AI005 or something like that. But, just like I did in the last Gravelord video, I'll go ahead and put a link to his channel in the description box, because I really think he is pretty much the subject matter expert with regard to the Gravelord Covenant. I mean, that guy has really dedicated a lot of time, energy, and research into finding out the specifics, as to, and how to become an effective Gravelord, right? I mean, he even as a matter of fact, shout out to Mne on Xbox Gravelorded me like January of this year. He Gravelorded me in the in the Butterfly Forest in the MLB, and I was Gravelorded the whole time up until, I'll say, probably about a week ago. And this is September. I was permanently Gravelorded by Mne. And, I was kind of asking around like, dude, how in the world do you get rid of this permanent Gravelord infection? Because I wasn't able to kill Mne at the time. And I'm not saying I wasn't able to kill him as if I attempted. I mean, it was just either I got off or he got off. But at the end of the day, I was still permanently infected. As a matter of fact, I think that infection lasted like 9 months. So it was only after checking one of Ribsome's 1's videos that I learned how to get out of it. Right? Now, in the event that some of you unlucky hollows are out there and you may be currently permanently Gravelorded, guess what? I'm not going to tell you how to fix it. Please go ahead and check out his channel, support his efforts, and you can go ahead and find out for yourself, because like I said before, he is what I would consider to be the best resource with regard to Gravelord information. Right? As a matter of fact, whenever I want to find out a little something about the Gravelord Covenant, even up to this day, I mean, even after nearly 2 years of this game being out, I still reference his channel. Right? I still reference his channel. So, enough about that. Like I said before, with regard to this build, the build is cool with regard to using the Moonlight Greatsword, but I would probably use my Faith Mage better. I mean, I don't know if you guys are kind of familiar with the channel, but I have a build wherein I use the Moonlight Greatsword in addition to miracles, some of them being Great Heal, Replenishment, and Wrath of the Gods. And I think that would have been a lot more effective, because you guys are going to notice in a number of these clips, I basically get gangbang, right? And sometimes trying to cast off Dark Bead, which is not going to help you against multiple people. Soul Spear, which will not help you against multiple people, especially seeing that it is so easy to dodge Soul Spear. Crystal Soul Spear won't help you against a group of people, nor will Pursuers. But Wrath of the Gods is a good deterrent for a bunch of pesky, yet persistent Dork Moons who's trying to get rid of the Gravelord. Right, so I think next time around I'll just go ahead and prepare that one character, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys may know what I'm talking about, because as a matter of fact, not so long ago I uploaded a series of actually it was a Painted World Invasions video, wherein I was just basically doing random invasions in the Painted World, and basically I was using that particular build that I'm talking about. The one wherein I'm using the Moonlight Greatsword and the Wrath of the Gods and several other miracles. So I think whenever I Gravelord, especially with the sole purpose of Gravelording and fighting at least more than 2 people. I think using that Faith Mage would have been a lot better. Because like I said before, when you're fighting against multiple people, what can you really do? I mean, there's really no area of effect to Dark Beat. And even if you suggest, well, if you cast it from a distance, it does have the potential to hit multiple people. Yeah, that is true where that it has the potential to hit multiple people, but it won't back them off of you. Unlike miracles like Wrath of the Gods or Force. Now, granted, I might be fighting a pro and they might toggle out of it, right? But in most case scenarios, when people do not expect a Force or Wrath of God casting, they're going to get staggered by it. And I think that is absolutely wonderful when you're playing as a Gravelord and you need to back up all these guys up off you, right? Because they tend to get pretty aggressive when they have one target and up to 3 Dork Moons. And in the worst case scenario, 1 Dick Wraith. Now, another good thing about Gravelording, like I said before, every now and then you'll end up having a cool Dick Wraith who will be on your side, right? Because I think it kind of goes with the old adage of the enemy of your enemy is your friend. Right, and I've actually run into that a few times while Gravelording, either here or even Gravelording in the depths. Every now and then I'll be Gravelording, and the Dick Wraith will basically say, hold on, neither of us like Dork Moons. So let's just go ahead and tighten all of them up. Now, at the end of it, once we get rid of all the Dork Moons, then we can go ahead and battle it out in a 1v1, for which I really respect. Because, like I said before, the enemy of your enemy is definitely your friend. Alright, so enough about that. I really hope you guys enjoyed these random invasions videos. And I know I've heard a lot of you guys say, listen, I mean, your duels are cool, but just watching random invasions or, you're doing some type of Gravelord or similar themed video, they're very exciting to watch. Right, and they basically keep us motivated to continue to play Dark Souls. And like I said before, sometimes it's challenging seeing that the game is nearly 2 years old and you have GTA within another, month or 2, you'll have PS4 coming out. So yes, it's getting a little more difficult, but whatever I can do to help keep people motivated and, supporting the franchise, I will definitely do it. So this is basically the last clip of this Gravelord video, and like I said before, I'll have yet another addition to the Gravelord themed videos, and that'll be out sometime soon. So hey, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this clip, and until next time, Martyrs Brigade is